back in the shop. It's been about 3 weeks since I posted anything, and time flies when you're having fun, and I really haven't been working on violins very much. My wife and I took a trip to the state of New Hampshire, and I can tell you it's a beautiful state, and we took a bus trip with a bunch of senior citizens. My wife and I are 74 years old, and I think we were the young people on the bus. But it was a good time, and New Hampshire is absolutely stunningly beautiful. The people were extremely nice, and I never really gave any thought to New Hampshire, but it's a lot more rural than I thought it would be, and more hometowny, and it's just nice. I can tell you, my wife and I usually go around and we go to a state and drive the back roads and just try to sample the food of the state and talk to the people and that. And we didn't get to do that as much because of the bus trip, but we did have some really nice meals. Had the best clam chowder I ever had in my life. And so we came back, and we both got terrible colds and were sick for a week. And now we're pretty much back to normal, and life is getting the same, and busy doing family stuff, and I'm back in the shop, and it's where I like to be. And give you all a little clue, I attached the back to the frame, and I trimmed the blocks, and I then trimming down the linings, and basically I just take my little plane here, and it's a little plane, and it removes the extra wood, and it works real well. And I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can do this, and I've done it other ways, but I try to keep everything. How can I explain this? When you have the frame on the mold and you trace, like here's the top that I glued together. It's a really nice spruce. And you put your piece on, you trace it. Well, I usually do that when the ribs are still on the mold, and that way everything's tight and everything stays the same, and then I can glue it onto here, and that keeps the front and the back the same, and my edge distance the same. And that's still, I still have to correct that a little bit, and that's why I really don't finish my edges until the very end. But it's just something I do. And I can't tell you how good it feels to be back in the shop. And it's on a violin, the inside is just as important as the outside. The inside has to be smooth and clean, and it just makes so the sound moves around. Actually, the air, the vibrations in the air move around without hitting any hard surfaces or angles or anything. Yeah. It works real well. And what I also have to cut in the notches. I already got those marked in the blocks here, because a little later on tonight I'm going to put I'll cut these down. These are the linings, and they'll slide in and they lock in, and I'll glue them on. And then once that's all glued in and flat again, I'll take, basically put it on here, trace it out, cut out the top, start working on the top. Also got the neck cut out and marked, and I have to start working on that, and it'll take me a day or two to get that whittled down, but it's kind of fun. That's really about all I got right now. So kind of a boring video, I'm sorry, but next time I'll be working on this, and probably be a whole video on the neck, on how I do that. And then there was a gentleman that, or I guess it was a gentleman, can't remember the name on it, wanted to know something about string height on my fingerboards and that. And on that particular violin, he's asking, to be honest, I looked in my book and I didn't write it down, and I can't remember what it was, because I've been experimenting with string heights at the nut and at the fingerboard on what it should be and what it was. So to answer his question, I'll do a little more research. I don't think that violin's in the shop anymore, so I can't tell you. So, but when I do this one, I'll make sure on the video you see the numbers that I'm making for the string height and everything. And they're pretty standard, but each, with the projection of the neck, it's just a little different, and just a half a millimeter can make a huge difference in the playability. And that's one of the things I've been working on, is not only the look of my violin, which it's hard to describe. My mentor, Dan in Maine, gave me one of his violins, and I look at his violin all the time, and I look at mine, and his are more refined, and the refined part of it, they look lighter, or his finish is better, and I'm trying to achieve that. And so each one gets a little better, and so we go with that. So all these violins are a work in progress. I mean, let's face it, I'm an amateur violin maker, and I didn't go to school for it. Everything I'm learning while I'm doing it, and that's what kind of makes it fun for me. And if they get played, that's fantastic, and it makes my heart swell. But I really want to get this craft down so I can produce a violin that is as good as it can be. And a lot of times you need to start out with really, really good wood, and I don't do that a lot of times. I use wood that is recycled, and that's fine, because it turns out good violins too. But like this spruce here is absolutely fantastic, and I haven't really planed it smooth yet or anything like that, but it's going to be a great top, and I know this back is going to be good. So far this violin's looking good. So that's kind of all I got right now. So I'll see you guys in probably a next few days or so, and subscribe, please. And if you write or comment on it, I'll make sure I answer you. So see you next time. Bye.